What is going on? Happy Sunday, or as I like to call it, Newbies Moon Knight Rating Day. Yes. So we are going to be having some fun tonight. New comic book day, comic news, and then we will be talking about episode 2 of Moon Knight and talking about what to expect in episode 3, as this will be, and I don't want to show off my math skills here, 6 episodes. This will be 3, halfway, climax. Something big should happen in this one. Speaking of big, we got some big guests here tonight. As always, they are the co-hosts of the show. The show wouldn't be what the show is without the guys. So let's bring them out. First up, you guys know him. He's always smiling, always showing books off, probably always giving me the middle finger. Face, what's up, man?
What's going on, man?
Dude, I always say you're always smiling and people laugh. Like,
I know, because it's probably true, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But hey, man, welcome. Happy Sunday, man. How's things going for you?
Not too bad. Can't complain. Looks like it's going to be kind of a blah week this week. Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, there's some decent reads coming out. There's nothing real huge.
Yeah, so. Nothing. I think it's a slow week, but all weeks can't be winners. When you go to the carnival,
it's like it sometimes.
Not all ring tosses are winners, right? That's just
True.
How it works. So. All right, well, let's bring in our other amigo that's going to be joining us tonight. Actually, we got 2 more people joining us, but one of them is going to be joining us a little bit down the road right after we do our new comic book day stuff. So let's bring him in. It is none other than Mr. Ozzy. What's up, man?
What's up, brother? Long time no see.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we actually just finished doing a show on 3 Men in the Basement with Chris, Hyper, Roger, and Everett over there. So make sure if you guys aren't following 3 Men in the Basement, you go check it out because they just had an all-Canadian show and we were part of it. So it was a nice time, fun time.
Good time, yeah.
Sure. Ozzy, that was your first time there. That was like my 25th time there. It's always a good time with those guys.
Yeah, they're awesome.
So, but man, happy Sunday. Hope all is well. Anything exciting this weekend, comic related for you?
No, just work-wise, finishing up some projects. Yeah, lay low with some of the comic stuff. I'm trying to get organized for my sale on Tuesday.
The whatnot
for sale and whatnot. So trying to get all that stuff inputted and set. So yeah.
And we'll give you some time to chat about that.
Cool. Thanks, man.
For sure, man. Yeah, absolutely. Guys, I got some big news. Huge news. Huge.
Oh yeah.
Huge.
What is the news?
I mean, it's kind of like a breakup, but then it's kind of like you meet somebody that's like there for you. So like I did the trust fall and then like this person was kind of there for me. But guys, I got a new channel sponsor. I'm excited.
That's how you explained it? That's
What'd you say?
I said, and that's how you explained it?
Yeah, man, because like the Newbie is a sinking ship, man. Like it's all over the place. Like I don't know English. I make up Star Wars characters, like who's gonna sponsor that? But I am so pumped, man, to be teaming up with this shop. I consider this guy a friend now. I've only known him like 3 weeks, but I feel like I've known him too long, which is always a good thing, right? Like I feel that same way about you guys. So it's genuine, it's awesome. And I'm actually pumped that he wanted to kind of team up. So so we're gonna be discussing that as we kick the things off. I actually went to a collectibles expo with this gentleman today in Kitchener. A bit of comics, nothing crazy. Prices were ridiculous. Like ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a new market. Inflation.
They were ridiculous. And actually it was funny because the first time in my life. So when you have a comic in front of you and you're at a show and there's no prices and you're like, maybe I'll flip it around because the price is probably there. So we flip it around and it's got like letters and numbers, right? And I'm like, what the hell is RO? And they're like, that's 80. I'm like, oh, okay. So then I go to another book and I go, oh, what's IC? And they're like, that's 300. This guy and his wife actually had all the prices in like alphabetical order kind of thing. So every letter had representation. Instead of having the price, that's what they had. It was really weird. It was like the first time that I've been collecting since 2010, 2011 that I've actually like noticed that. Like it was
Sounds like a good way to just make up prices on the fly.
Oh, 100%, 100%. Right. So it is what it is. But I had a fun time. I did not buy anything. It was shitty, but hey, you know what? It's always an experience. You always get to meet people. You always get to see some stuff. So that's kind of how I take it. What's going on there?
You hear that?
Yeah. Whose mic is that?
I have no idea.
Oh shit.
What's
Maybe we
going
gotta
on?
go. I don't know. There was like a
There's a weird noise going on. Whoa.
Jesus. All right. Well,
Yeah, I can hear it. Yeah.
Yeah, before we get started, let's say hello to the chat real quickly. Mr. Michael, what's going on, sir? You got the gold medal. Mr. Dan De La Torre's taking the silver. Mr. RP's in the house, bronze. How you doing, brother? RP, let me know if you're going to the Burlington show. I think there's a Burlington show next week. I got to confirm that, but I think at the Holiday Inn, I think there's a show. So we'll figure it out. AOA's in the house, the gold foil. No, there's no foil medals, man. Tim, what's going on, man? How you doing, brother? Thanks for joining. Mr. Phil Comics Talk Weekly's in the house. Scott 5. Scott. We are all gold medalists, friends. Yes, that's true. Great way to be positive. The champ is here as the hunt champion. I don't need a medal. Bleeker, what's going on, man? How you doing, brother? Miguel is in the house. Uncanny Swag. Back in Time Comics. Mr. Brandon's in the house. Timothy, rock steady. I made popcorn just to watch the chat while Newbie gives his out of 10 score for Moon Knight. Yes, that is later tonight. So that's going to be good. Mr. Philly Bourne's in the house. What's going on, sir? How you doing, brother? Yeah, dude, honestly, I don't know how I feel about Moon Knight, but we'll get there. Mr. Empire's in the house. Friend of the channel. Mr. Comic Dude, 1/5 of the Comic Kingpin. Mr. Dave Collects. What is going on? North 49 is in the house. AOA, I've already seen. Dave's Collection. Chilling at the Holiday Inn. Yeah, so we got to confirm if the show is happening because I would love to go if it is. Mr. Dave O is in the house. All right, so let's get the show started. We got new comic books to talk about. We got Moon Knight to talk about. We got some comic news to talk about. So it's going to be interesting. There was a few things that were happening. So definitely let's get right into it. We're going to start off the show in the Newbieverse, and this is episode 88. We're getting close to that 100. So that is, that's exciting for me because I didn't think I was going to, be around as long as I have. So,
you didn't have a whole lot of faith in yourself, did you?
You never know. You never know. So Newbieverse 88. And guys, like I said, big news. We got a new channel sponsor. It's Back in Time Comics. He's in the chat right now. Nice. Mr. Brandon. So your one-stop shop for all things collectible. And the guy's not lying. Low prices, yes. Hundreds of pre-sales, yes. Reward points, yes. Candy, yes. He's got Airhead. I was eating Airheads like the whole time I was there. He's got an upstairs, he's got cards, everything. CGC dealer, so you can take care of all of that right there. And if you're thinking, noob, where do I find this guy? Where do I find this site? Don't worry, I got you covered. Back in Time Comics right there on Instagram on the left. I have a problem with this, though. He's got 605 followers. We need to get that up to at least 1,000. Let's get the man up there. You can look at all the collectibles in that first photo there. You can see there's a gentleman that looks like me. That's me. But make sure you guys go check it out on Facebook, right on the right. Make sure you guys go follow him there. He actually does a Facebook auction. So make sure you guys go tune into that. He also does a pre-sale sale for books prior to them releasing. And he's got this thing that I like to call, or that he calls, but I love it. It's called the flaker sale. So anybody who hasn't really picked up books in like months, he'll just put them up for sale. So you never know what you'll find. But awesome dude, awesome shop. I advise everybody to go. If you're in the area and you don't want to send a CGC, you want somebody you can trust, here it is. He literally takes care of it. Now, there's one more thing that I need to talk about here, because on this show, we don't necessarily talk about apps. We don't talk about comic apps because we don't need them in the Newbieverse. However, there is one app that I want everybody to pay attention to, and that is the Back in Time app. Take a look, guys. It's so easy. Advanced pre-orders. You can click on anything. Weekly FOC orders. The guy makes it so easy for you. Signature series, so you already know what to send to CGC. This week's new releases, recent new releases, 25% off recent releases. Everything is there, simple. All you got to do is go up and down. Up and down. Exclusives, all of it is there. You can take care of it. He ships anywhere, so don't be afraid. And then you got the menu button right there. You can set up everything. It is very, very, very simple. So I suggest everybody go give him a shout out, give him a chance. Follow him on Instagram and Facebook. He is a solid dude, friendly dude. I kid you not, this guy is literally like awesome. Like I feel like I've known him forever. So big shout outs to Back in Time Comics. Big shout outs to Tim, because Tim actually introduced me to Brandon. So that is where I got to put my thank you. So thank you. But guys, Back in Time Comics, go check them out on Instagram, Facebook, and their show that they do, because they do a lot of good stuff. So, and deals. But don't take the candy. Leave the candy for me. All right. Let's get into it, guys. And let's go. Next up, we got Bleeker St Comics. You guys know the deal. He is the presser around here. $10 a book, $5 a clean. Make sure you guys go check him out on Instagram as well. All right, let's get into it, guys. Here are the first books, because we are talking about comics. All right. First up, let's start with DC. What? Dude, yes, we're starting off with DC. Book on the left. Just put it up there because it's a cover. You know, all these crazy covers lately. You never know which one's going to pop. A lot of Catwoman, a lot of Batman stuff. I thought, you know what? Why not? Tough book. Probably going to be in high grade. And then we got the Sandman Nightmare Country #1. Basically the only two DC books that I put on the list. Face, we'll start with you, man. What do you think of the DC books?
Well, I like that Batman Catwoman cover, but as far as that series goes, I'm going to be completely honest, that's probably all I can really say about the series, because like great covers on it, but I actually jumped off of it pretty early because, man, I couldn't with this series. It was very confusing with the timelines and everything like that. They didn't use anything, I know, at least in the first issue, second issue, I think, to, kind of tell you when they were switching between timelines or anything like that. So, it just kind of muddled the story for me, and I got off of it pretty quick. But Nightmare Country, I'm excited for that. James Tynion taking on Sandman, that should be pretty dope. I love the Corinthian as a character. That cover is awesome. I'm sure there's several other ones that are going to be really good for it, so definitely looking forward to this one.
Ozzy, any pickups in the DC section that you're picking up this week?
That's Batman, probably not, but I think I'm probably going to pick up that Sandman sort of tie-in book. The popularity of Sandman. Who knows where this might go? And it's a first issue, so I'll probably grab that. Sandman was a great run, so yeah. If they do some good stuff with the tie-in, I don't know what kind of tie-in it is, but yeah, I'll probably grab it.
This is gonna probably sound stupid, but I'm not the biggest follower of DC, obviously. I obviously watch the movies and all that, but the shows. Has the show already kicked off, or is that still in development?
No, it's still in development.
Okay. I was just worried because I'm like, hey, wait, why? Because there were some spikes, right, with Sandman a few months ago when they released it, but I was just confused because I'm like, I haven't really seen anything. No one's really talking about it, so I just thought, okay, maybe I missed the boat. I don't know. Maybe it tanked. I don't know. So okay, good to know.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right. Next book on the list, and the image sucks. I'm not sure why Google just messed me up here, but we got Power Rangers right here. Now, this one looks kind of cool to me just simply because, well, when I came to Canada, that was the iconic, place where they kind of flew in or whatever, teleported, and that's the original Rangers. I don't know any of the Rangers that are happening right now. I know Mr. Comic Dude is probably going to be picking this one up. I'm going to be passing. It kind of looks like a cool cover. Don't get me wrong. I just rather save my money, to be honest. Face, what do you think of the Power Rangers one?
Yeah, for sure. I'm still picking them up. I'll be honest, and I think my boy Comic Dude said this, here not too long ago on one of our other shows. He's not feeling the story as much under the new creative team as he was under the previous one, and I gotta say, so far I kind of agree. I'm still reading it, but man, yeah, it's not as good as the run before yet. Yeah, it's got potential though. So yeah, we'll see. And the FOC covers for these are always dope. So
yeah. Ozzy, where are you with the Power Rangers, man?
Unfortunately, I'm just not really a huge fan of them. So there's some things I just have to pass on by.
Either run, or is there one like, because there's Mighty Morphin and then there's
Yeah,
Power Rangers, right? That's
yeah.
the two.
To be
Yep,
honest
yep.
with you, that like, I mean, I'm of the age where I was not paying
That's-
attention to things. I was doing something a little bit different in life.
Yeah, you were getting drunk in high school while we were watching Power Rangers. Okay, I got you.
I don't think it was in high school. It was somewhere else, but yeah. It's definitely
Yeah, the
further
new
on in high school.
creative team is, I'll say it, meh, but I will still get it. Of course you will, man. It's just a straight cover buy, right? Oh, Empire beat me to it. Yeah, straight cover buy. I mean, if you're obviously a Power Rangers fan, why wouldn't you? It just makes sense. It is a cool cover, but hey, it is what it is.
Mhm.
All right. Next up, we got number one alerts, but we got Image, number one, and then we got A Town Called Terror, number one. I'm kind of interested in this, A Town Called Terror. Face, where are you? I know you're a big horror fan. Where are you on this one?
Yeah, so I'm picking up the Image issue. It's kind of an anthology type thing.
Right.
And you know, they've done several of these recently, and they tend to throw in some new characters here and there that may or may not have some life. So what the hell, I'll pick up a copy. You know, that's just the way that they go with those. A Town Called Terror, I like the synopsis. It sounds like it's going to be an interesting series. You know, I love horror. The cover looks dope. There's other covers for it that are pretty cool too. So yeah, I'm going to definitely jump into this series. It's Steve Niles, so you know, can't go wrong probably.
He is. What is he reading? That book? Oh, he's reading Youngblood. Of course he is.
Oh yeah, why not? The first comic they put out, I think.
Yeah. Ozzy, where are you, man? You picking any of these up?
Yeah, for sure. That I'm gonna grab that Image because there's a bunch of I have it pulled up because I wanted to make sure I highlighted some of the. They have a whole bunch of different writers on this. So Scotty Young's gonna be on it. Mirka Andolfo, Higgins. Like there's a bunch of different people are gonna be on this. So I'm a big fan of most of their writing. So I'll probably get into this as well. And I'm a fan of Image just because that's when I started collecting heavily, like Image, that whole sort of when they started. So it means a lot to me. So I like to support them as well. You
guys are trying to tell me to pick up this Image book. Is that what you're trying to do?
No,
is that your selling point?
No, I don't know if it's gonna. This is more of just to have it in the PC to read it. I don't think it's gonna move anywhere. Just from what it sounds like, you know what I mean? It's just getting some creatives together to do something kind of cool. That's what it sounds like. So
it's hard to say with that Image book. I mean, I would definitely pick up a copy to have it in the collection. Just because you never know. Like we've said, you know, they like to throw in these new characters, but
yeah,
I don't know that I would go super heavy on it because you just there's no guarantees, you know. Right. So
yeah, something that I find interesting, and I know this is probably going to send us a different way. So I'll try to like kind of keep us a little grounded with it and maybe keep our answers a little short. But I know BC has said this. I know Comic Dude has said this. I understand there's other people who have said this. And now I'm going to add Mr. Rocksteady to this list. But Image, I'm telling you, don't sleep on Radiant Black Universe. Image is doing a thing and sticking with it. Dude, I'm seeing Radiant Black first print 9/8 at like $75. Like it's not a bad gamble. It's not a bad buy. I'm just, just throwing that information out there. That's all. So
yeah, they're still out there. They're still not super expensive. But yeah, it's definitely worth looking into because the books are pretty good so far. And yeah, they seem to be sticking with it, which is a good sign. They should stick with it too, because
that's it, Ozzy. Yep. I have one.
These are. I keep finding them in back issue bins. So anytime I see them, I will grab them. So I think I have like 6.
Man, I remember. Okay, so here's what happened when that thing came out in FOC. I actually had 5 on order.
Okay.
And I literally was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take one. So yeah, that's my bad. That's my mistake. But hey. It is what it is. Don't sleep on the 1 in 25 as well. The covers are insane.
Yeah.
Radiant Black is great. Yeah,
for sure. Exactly.
A lot of dope covers.
All right, let's get into some Marvel here. And we got X-Men 92, House of XCII. So that's 100, 150, 152, if I'm correct, right? X is 100, C is 50, 1 and 1, obviously 2, 152. Does that make sense? I don't know.
Nah, X is 10, bro.
X is 10. 10. What's C?
That would be 100. So the X is in front of the C, so that's gonna be minus. So it's 92. Also 92.
Shit. Yeah, that makes sense. Why would I say 152? What an idiot. Fuck, what's English shit, man? House 92. Okay, so X-Men 92, House of 92. I'm not picking this up. I'm skipping it. Face, you could take it away after you kind of just, told me I don't know my numbers, but
you know what? I'm gonna pick it up. I'm conflicted on it though. I'm gonna be honest, because like I love the X-Men animated series and I'm looking forward to it coming back. But seeing Professor X on the cover with that fucking thing on his head,
what's
Cerebro? Yeah, Cerebro. I just yeah, but that's not the X-Men animated style at all. That that's a modern thing. Like they just introduced that not too long ago.
They do have Jean Grey in the proper costume from the cartoon though. I'll give them that.
Yeah, they do. But man, I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna pick it up, check it out.
Dave.
Definitely have to with the animated X-Men. So
Ozzy, are you picking this one up? It's a number 1. I mean, why not, right? That's what most people say.
No, I'm staying away from it. I just I am a fan of the 90s X-Men, like the cartoon stuff like that. I maybe I'm making a little joke, but I think that Yugo style hovercraft wheelchair that he's in, like it looks like a Yugo. I don't. Are they putting that there so that when Doctor Strange comes out and he comes out in that thing, we're like, oh, that's from the cover. I don't know. I'm kind of staying away from this. It just looks weird.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't blame you. Philly Born is on this one.
The only thing that gets me is the Cerebro helmet. That's it. Otherwise, I'm totally on board with the whole thing, the whole idea.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see where it's at. All right. We got a few second prints that might catch people's eye. I think everybody was kind of turned off with the Black Panther 4, just simply knowing that Tosin's not in it. We got Iron Fist 1, who a lot of people are going after just simply because of this new Iron Fist. And then Avengers Forever number 3. We have a first appearance in there.
Female Moonlight.
Female Moonlight. Yeah. But again, it's a second print. So if you missed it, I mean, people are going to buy it. Obviously, they've made a second print for it. So it means something. Any of these second prints stick out to you, or are you picking them up, Face?
I'll probably pick up the Iron Fist and the Avengers just because I like the covers for the most part.
So. But the Avengers one looks the same. I think it's just a different shade of purple, right? That's
it's just a different
it's
color.
A little bit,
and it's not even that different of a shade. It's literally, I don't know.
It's pretty close. Yeah, I mean that first appearance, I don't know. Like it's an alternate universe Moon Knight, so it's not really I don't think a huge deal. But again, like I said, I like the cover, so whenever they do stuff like that, I tend to grab it on the second print. So just to have it in the PC.
Yeah. Ozzy, what about you, man? Any of these second prints that you're picking up?
You know what? Sometimes second prints can pop for a number of different reasons. Print runs, for example, right? So I know Iron Fist is pretty hot. I got a bunch of the first prints, so maybe I'll grab one. I did grab a couple copies of the Avengers Forever because the appearance. So maybe I'll grab one as well. Black Panther is a hard pass. Yeah, I'm just not. Yeah. I'm not going near that book.
I think like Rocksteady saying, Black Panther 4 pissed off a lot of people. So I don't think that they ordered a lot of them. I mean, there are some second print people, later print people out there, so you never know. But
yeah, I'm surprised you're actually doing a reprint on that one.
Oh, 100%. But you know what? I think it was just the fact
weird,
that
right?
they knew. No. But wait a minute. Think about it this way, right? They knew that so many people were picking up issue 4 that they probably thought, oh, fuck it. Like, let's do the second print before that one came out. And then, you still had people buy. So,
yeah,
I don't know. We'll see. Right? It's a money grab too, right? Plus, they got to make money for the fact that, Hulk 6 is going to fuck up. And,
I don't know, man. I think they might lose money on that reprinting.
So, we'll see. We'll see. All right, guys.
Actually, hey, Newbie, real quick. I think Comic Dude is correct on what he was saying. I think it was right in the background. So
okay. I got to give all the credit here, just for his knowledge of it, to BC, because when it comes to this What If Miles Morales, he basically was on top of it way before any of these books came out. But definitely, let everybody know, hey, this whole series, every episode or every issue is going to be Miles Morales as a new character. So this one that comes out, he's going to be Wolverine. The last one was Captain America, and I think the third one is going to be Hulk. But we got Miles Morales as Wolverine. Who knows what happens down the future? I mean, if it's a spec or an investment thing, who knows? But if you're thinking that, I think that's more of a put it away for a long time and kind of do that. But if you want to see Miles Morales as Wolverine, this is the book to get. Face, how many copies? Plus 10, plus 15. How many copies you get?
One, bro. One. Yeah, that's it. Listen, I it's a fun read. I like the characters and everything, and yeah, you never know, these characters could cross over and turn into a thing, but it's just such a crapshoot with that. Like, I'm not going heavy on any of them. Just grabbing a copy and checking it out.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming you picked up the Captain America one too, right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Okay. How about you, Ozzy?
You know what? I also went a little heavy on that Captain America as well. Just who knows down the line. I'm a Wolverine fan, so I'll probably just pick up a copy because of that. I do find these sort of crossovers a little awkward. I'm not reading them, so maybe that's why it's just I don't know what's kind of going on, but I'm gonna pick it up regardless, just because it's anything Miles is gonna be hot. So anything Wolverine is gonna be hot at some point. So you tuck one away. You never know.
When I first saw this cover, I'm not going to, like, obviously from afar, I thought that he just had long red hair, like the way it looks. I was like, why did they give him like red hair? And then it wasn't until like I actually the small image that, you found on like League of Comics or whatever. I was like, oh, why did they give him, long red hair? And then I click on it, like, oh,
yeah, that's
not red hair.
Bro. That's the hoodie.
Right? I was like, why would they do that? I don't know. I'm passing on it. I didn't go anything big on that Captain America one either. So I said it once, I'll say it again. Happy Palm Sunday, Canada. What's going on, Guy Ford? What is going on?
What's up, Guy? He's going to get his claws caught in that hoodie for sure.
Agreed about BP. It's a really good one, gentle and but Phil, now I can't unsee the line. See, but that's what I mean, right? Like in the small image, I was like, why the hell are they giving him hair? And then I click, I'm like, oh, okay, no, it's not. But hey, it is one of those things, man. So glad that I got that off my chest. All right, ladies and gentlemen, big shout outs to Moonlit. She's in here. Hopefully she can stick around while we do our Moon Night talk at the end. So Michelle, what's going on? But guys, this is probably going to be the book of the week. Black Panther 5, homage to Ultimate Fallout 4. Obviously, everybody's going to be expecting that this is probably $1,000 book at some point. I don't know. From what we're hearing, what is it? Second appearance of Tosin. And basically, it's just a cover buy. There's no ratios for it, so there's no 1 in 25. I know personally around me, and I'm not going to speak for Face or Ozzy, but around me, a lot of people have bought this. Like, a lot of people. I don't know what that means, man, but I do know there's going to be a lot of fucking copies, and there's going to be a lot of 9/8s. Face, I only got 3 copies myself. How about you?
Yeah, I didn't go too crazy on it or anything like that. It is a cool cover, and I do think he's going to be in it. I don't know how much we're going to get about Tosin, but it's a second appearance. Cool cover. I think it feels like they're probably gonna like introduce him kind of slowly to us, just little bits and pieces here and there. Before
like Black Panther 46 is when we actually get his like third appearance or something.
Something like that. But it feels like it'll be a little bit before he really starts to take a huge role, but we'll see. He's a character that's really got potential though, especially, in the Black Panther universe. So it's worth paying attention to.
Yeah. This is the only thing that fears me is what Phil is saying. I think the print will kill it. And I know some books can rise above that and some can't. I don't know. Ozzy, what are your thoughts on Black Panther 5, sir?
Okay. So I grabbed some. And I told you backstage I grabbed 5. Cover price, like I'm not paying what you guys are saying it's going for like ridiculous price now. Like it's crazy. Right?
No, I think it's still
still cover
right now. Yeah.
Oh, it's still cover. Okay, yeah, for cover, why not? I think again, it's like I said, it's a slow burn before. I think they know they have something pretty cool if they can develop it properly on their hands. So they're not gonna, all at once do what people expect. But how long? Like I've always said this before. How long did you? I'm not saying this is a UF4. I'm not, and what I'm about to say this is not a UF4. But how long did that book sit on shelves or in people's?
100%.
Nobody paid attention to that. How long? 10 years?
Yeah,
long time.
Right. So is 10 years enough time to develop a character? Probably. Is that in our day and age, is that going to happen? I don't know, but why not just grab a few, just to stack. I'm not going to diss this. I'm not going to say buy it. I'm just going to say, like Faye said, pay attention to it. That's it.
Yeah.
Just keep it on the radar.
Philly Born has really liked the story though. He said it's really good so far.
I heard the writing's good.
Yeah. Let them bring in Tosin along, slowly read the story. Here's my problem. And I think really that, and I think a lot of people might agree, especially the ones that missed out on the 1 in 25 or just the first printing of issue 3, was the fact that if Bleeding Cool didn't make those comments or that article, I don't think that we'd be where we are with this character. And I think it would just happen naturally. Right. And I think it would have been better. But with that comment and that article of them saying, hey, this is what Marvel wants to do with, like, you don't really know. It's a coin flip. With them saying that, it kind of manipulated the market. And I said this when it first came out too, right? I mean, I grabbed copies. I didn't grab the 1 in 25, but I did grab, out of the 5 copies that came to my shop, I was one that had 3 copies, right? So I don't know. I think some people are going to be disappointed, and I think people are just going to be like, to hell with this. So we'll see. But
I think, what I think a lot of people are expecting, just because of the Ultimate Fallout 4 cover, that maybe like T'Challa is gonna maybe die or pass on the mantle to Tosin or something in this issue, and I don't think that's gonna happen at all. I don't think it's gonna be all that.
Yeah, and Philly Born, that's how I feel, man. They were dead wrong for doing that, in my opinion. It was honestly like insider trading, though, right? Like, even if the character was that and you knew that, like, why would you even, because you just made the second print go high, and then look at what happened with issue 4. Maybe they don't have a second print for issue 4. And now look at what's going on with 5, and people are going to watch this very closely. And anytime this character shows up, they're just going to fucking stack the book. So I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting. With them comparing this to UF4, everyone is expecting Tosin to take the Black Panther mantle, which won't happen.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
Okay. But there's also a reason they did this cover.
Yeah.
100%. Marvel did this cover for a reason, and I guess we're going to find out on, at some point soon, hopefully. But there's a reason that they did this cover. There's a reason that I don't know if they actually asked for it, but whoever
it could be one of these though too, Ozzy. It could be one of these.
Right, you're right.
Like, it doesn't necessarily have to work in a way of like, hey, get this because it's going to be a, what's Ultimate Fallout 4 going for? Let's just say 2,000, 3,000, right? Like,
right.
I don't think that this is where this book is headed. I think they're doing one of these, right? Like, like they're teasing, not in a bad way, just, I really do.
But we have to remember, Feige is also involved with the comic books these days. So there's a lot of stuff at play here.
Yeah.
I'm not going to dismiss this book.
I'm going to keep a copy and put it away.
Yeah. Right.
That it's in really good condition, and I'm going to put it away just, because you never know. So we'll see. Marvel's in the house. What's going on, sir? Would anyone pay this much attention to Black Panther if Chadwick didn't pass? Everyone just wants to be on the next MCU character. 100%.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that that is true, but the good thing is it is a really good read. So hopefully people are picking it up and actually checking it out and sticking with the series. So
yeah,
we'll see.
BP has ears and eyes all over Marvel right now. That's the story. He's shaping up to be Marvel's Batman in his spying on every hero. Yeah. All right, let's get into it. Dynamite pick of the week. If you're new to the channel, this is just a book that I just pick out based on the cover, not story, not spec, not anything. We just like to show a little bit of love to Dynamite because we don't have time to go through 1,600 books. So Dynamite pick of the week this week. We've got Immortal, Red Sonja #1. My God. I don't know how those things are staying up that straight. Got a thing for redheads. Hopefully my wife didn't hear that. Got a thing for redhead, but yeah, just a cover by. Look at the art on the dagger. Look at the art on the cave. You could see why I picked it. So
Yeah, I'm paying attention to the art.
yeah, big time. So Dynamite pick of the week.
You know who was the artist on that? It looks like maybe Sun Kamanaki. Josh Burns.
I don't know. I should probably write that information
Burns is
down.
Zenoscope, so
yeah. Should probably write the information down. Hold my beer. All right. Well, let's get into some comic news, people. First up, HBO Max is got an Iron Lad show coming. Yes, you heard it. And Charlize Theron is set to produce it. I never thought that I would hear those two words together.
You said Iron Lad.
What did I say? Oh, sorry. Aqualad, not Iron Lad. Didn't this book just come out like not too long? Wasn't there like an Aqualad book that just came out? Like
this book, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's got it. He's got one right now that's actually coming out.
Okay. Yeah, so. Something like that. I thought, but like out of all the characters you could come up with, like this is the next one you want to do. Like I just thought it was interesting the fact you're putting Charlize Theron into that as well. I think that's like pretty massive, right? What do you think? I don't know. I don't know what to think about this. I'm excited. I'll watch it, but like. Big news, little news. Where are you on this, Face?
I mean, I'm kind of up in the air on it. I'll check it out, if and when it comes. But I mean, I'm not super excited about it or anything like that. Okay, cool. Aqualad's getting a series, I guess. I'll check it out, but yeah. I'm not going to get super hopeful that it's going to be good either, so.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for the crypto movie.
Right? That's the one I'm fucking waiting on too.
Yeah, I don't know, man. When I put this up, I mean, what's funny is like the DC people will always like attack, and I'm like, yo, I'm shedding light on this. I like this. I'm gonna check it out, but they're so quick to be like, oh, yeah, because you wanted to be like Marvel. It's like, listen, man, I'm gonna watch it. Don't worry. Like,
listen, I do want it to be like Marvel. I want it to be good.
I want it to be good, yeah. So I don't know, Ozzy. What are your thoughts, man? Aqualad.
I don't know. I know Charlize is producing a lot of stuff. I've been a fan of some of the stuff she has done. I don't know. Maybe like 10 scripts came across her desk, and for some reason this one, maybe I don't know. I know nothing about Aqualad. I don't know. Like it was kind of when I saw the post for it, I was like, okay, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, okay. And it wasn't even April Fool's too, right? So like, I don't know. I had somebody messaging me like, yo, is that April Fool's? Because you're late. And I was like, no, I'm good. He's like, okay, I just want to make sure that it's the same day in Canada as it is in the rest of the world. I was like, no, it's not. Yeah, I don't know, man. It could be cool. Philly Born's got a good not idea, but like thought here. Could they be introducing Future State Justice League? Possibly.
Hey,
maybe slowly bring in some characters to build that. Yeah, maybe.
As long as it's Yara, I'm good with it. And remember, guys, Peacemaker was way better than we thought. Absolutely, 100%. So,
yeah,
I want to give it, and again, the big thing here is Charlize Theron is involved, right? That's a big name. So I don't think that she would kind of waste her, time. But
I would probably be a whole lot more excited about this series though if it said James Gunn was involved.
Oh, that's a completely no. That like
so, I'm just saying.
If that was it, it would be like this would be a different ballgame. If James
DC needs to get him as their Kevin Feige.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure they're working on it right now. They know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Peacemaker was so popular that
yeah. Right. Marvel's saying this was an okay read. They also introduced his half sister in the series. Yeah, because we need those like half sisters or seventh sister to the right. Mr. Peter's in the house. What's going on, Peter? How you doing, brother?
What's up, Peter?
Yara was the only thing 100%, man. I totally agree with that. Nowhere Bounds in the house. What's going on, man? All right. Well, guys, this has been something that just recently came up. I was actually, surprised, but America Chavez, co-writer, slams Marvel's insulting Doctor Strange 2 offer. Apparently, as of today, the movie comes out in 3 weeks, and they have still not been paid for using the character in this movie. This is insane to me. This could go down a crazy rabbit hole in the sense that this character could be super successful after this movie, and then they would get a huge amount of money, or something could happen to the movie or something, or the fact the character could just fuck up and be nothing, and then they're like left with nothing to begin with. But it's just crazy to me that Marvel has not paid. Now, obviously, there's two sides to every story. There's probably things that we haven't been able to see because of legal, obligations and things like that. But I mean, this is what's going on, man. America Chavez co-creators have not been paid. Face, what do you think, man? This is crazy.
I mean, I don't know the specifics of the whole thing. It's a dicey situation, because like pretty much all of these characters, for the most part, were created before the MCU was ever a thing. So, there was nothing in these guys' contracts or whatever that they would, I guess, get paid for any usage, like in movies or, whatever. So now it's coming back to be kind of a conflict point between obviously the creators and Marvel or DC or whatever. It actually sounds like DC does a little better with it than Marvel does, but man, it's so dicey because it's one of those things. Like, obviously nobody knew this was going to happen when they created the characters, but yeah, these creators should be getting a little bit of something for what they created and they're making all this fucking money off of. I mean, they're making $1 billion in movies. They can afford to pay the creators some shit.
For me, I don't know. Like, this is actually the first I've heard of it, but you're right. There's multiple sides to the story. So until we know exactly what's going on, what the contract, there has to be a contract in place, right? Like there's just no way to be like, hey, so yeah, it's cool you use it, but you pay me whatever. Like, there has to be something in place, and
especially because the movie's already like made. The movie's coming out. There's already toys.
We've seen images. We've seen images. Like she's on screen. Like there's something not adding up here. Maybe this is just like, hey Marvel, just remember you owe us some cash kind of thing. I don't know.
It's like, no, we'll pay you later. I mean, the way the business account works is it gets transferred and you have to wait 2 days, and maybe that worked. Who knows?
Yeah, it's just unfortunate because again, like I said, nobody knew that this would happen. So and you're seeing the comments in chat. These are Marvel's property at this point. Like, Marvel really doesn't have, I don't think, any actual obligation to pay anyone anything because they own these characters. That like was,
you work for Marvel.
Yeah. So those contracts though now might be a lot different. People might have, I would hope, the creators have gotten wise to it and they're like, hey, something needs to be in here if you fucking use it in the movies or something like that in the future. But yeah, I mean, they should definitely be getting the creators something, man.
Takes a while, but I mean,
regardless of contracts.
Yeah, they did get it done.
It's just the right thing to do. I mean, you're making superhero fucking comics. Do the right thing.
Yeah. Whoa, shit. Face, tell us how you really feel.
I'm just saying.
Well, listen. Thor 4 again is not making people happy. Why? Well, it sets up an unpopular MCU record by not releasing its first trailer. And if you don't know, guys and girls, Thor has already started their world tour of promoting this movie. Fans were shocked at the first time that they promoted it. I believe it was last Tuesday or Wednesday. And they were shocked that when they went to go promote it, they didn't show a trailer. So what is the record? Well, Love and Thunder now hits theaters at the time this was done. So this was done on Tuesday. So it was 92 days then. Because the movie does come out on July 8th. So it was meaning that it was the shortest window between first trailer and movie release. The previous record was held by The Incredible Hulk, which released its first trailer 93 days before its movie release. The longest MCU marketing window is 280 days, which is how long between the first Avengers trailer and movie release. So is this something or nothing? But I mean, I do think that we're all kind of, we always want more, but like, here's my thought on this. One, yes, it sucks because as a fan, I want to know what it's going to look like. As a speculator, as an investor in comics, as a reader, I want to know what's going on, right? Like, that is what's going on. So I need to know what's happening in the trailer. But at the same time, like, I'm okay with them taking their time, because if they do it too early, then I have to wait like 6-7 months, like 3, 4, 5 months to like actually see the damn movie. So I don't know. Before Face answers, I got to bring in somebody. What's up?
What's up?
What is going on,
There he
Mr.
is.
Hyper?
Not
Thank you
bad.
for joining us, man. Thank you
I
for
had
joining
to stay backstage and watch you do that whole monologue.
What monologue?
Right now, like I'm like waiting for this guy to let me in, and then he just it's like a Shakespearean play that you're doing
Well,
over here.
I'm just saying, right? Like, it is kind of interesting, but at the same time, like, I'm okay with it, being a little bit more closer, because if it comes out saying, next month, then it's not like we're waiting, 6 months to get the movie.
Mhm.
We're just waiting a little bit. So sometimes the anticipation really kills it, right? So I don't know. Obviously, like I said, as a fan of the movies and investing and specking and all that, I want it now. But at the same time, I'm okay with it holding. Face, what are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, yeah, honestly, I'm surprised that they haven't dropped a trailer for it yet. Just because, typically they do by this point to hype the movie up and get people excited about it. But, the thing is, at this point, it's a Marvel movie. People know it's coming. They're going to go see it regardless. So I'm kind of loving this. I actually kind of hope they don't drop a fucking trailer at all. Just drop the movie. But I think what's going to end up happening is they'll drop the trailer here soon, or
Yeah,
more
they say
than likely.
tomorrow. Apparently, tomorrow.
I mean, I guess there's some kind of chance with the photo that they did that it might drop tomorrow, or maybe the Doctor Strange movie. Maybe they're waiting for that. So
I think they could. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think they could probably do like what they did with the Spider-Man one, right? Where,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
one of the end credits
Or
was
end
the
credit
trailer.
type thing. Yeah,
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if that's kind of the new direction they go with it.
it wouldn't surprise me either.
So, Ozzy, what are your thoughts on the trailer not being released, man?
Well, there's a couple different, I don't know, ways you can think of this. One is what you said is the whole landscape has changed since COVID.
Yeah.
The way we get the information of different projects, it's completely changed, right? It used to be you go to the theater, you see the preview to the movie that's coming up. That's how it was typically done. Now it's done on specific days, it's done on YouTube, blah, blah, blah. So it's completely different. So I think there's times where they're just feeling things out. But as Michael said in the chat, there could be something that's in it that maybe needs to be tied in first before it's shown. I don't know. I don't know, exactly what's going on. But also take your time. It'll come when it'll come. And what Phil said, we're going to go see it because it's a little bit late.
Absolutely.
Because it's a little bit late. I don't know. We'll forget about that as soon as we see it. Oh man, did you see the trailer? It was awesome. Not, oh my God, I can't believe it was so late. I'm not watching that trailer.
Yeah. Plus, you'll be able to get those, like 962 Easter eggs you missed, right? So yeah,
Right.
Don't forget about that. Hype, what are your thoughts, man? Thor not releasing early, man.
Okay, well, first off, I don't know if I'm the right person to ask because I generally try to avoid trailers to begin with because I find, especially lately, it seems like the last few years, trailers tend to show the movie's hand a bit too much, and
True.
and once you see the movie, you'll notice that sometimes you'll see end scenes from the movie in the trailer, which I always found bizarre.
Mhm.
Like, why would you show those parts in a trailer? I mean, look, here's the thing. Marvel has its fan base, and we're gonna see the movie regardless, trailer or no trailer. Especially with a franchise like Thor, and especially how well Ragnarok did, and Taika is going to be the same director. So it's I honestly think it's much ado about nothing.
Yeah.
So.
It's just interesting when you think of like, oh, why is it this one out of all of them? Why are they letting this one be like,
Can we address the elephant in the room though?
Sure.
I mean,
go ahead.
We saw the design of the action figure of Gore the God Butcher.
Oh yeah, it's pretty bad.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, hey,
you know what though? Hold up. You know what though? On the Gore thing, I mean, don't get me wrong. The action figure, is dicey, and if that's the character design that they go with in the movies, I know that a lot of people are gonna be, you know, a little upset about that. But the thing is, they fucking hired Christian Bale, man. If they like, he wasn't going in there and
with
putting
the
on all that
prosthetics.
fucking,
Yeah, I get it.
yeah, no, that wasn't happening.
Yeah.
So anybody that thought that going in was probably mistaken.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is,
Yeah.
it could have been worse. That's the way I look at it. The
They could
design could have
CGI
been
it, I
worse.
guess, still, but who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see.
So really quickly though, before we move on, just to show a hand, or just really quickly, yes or no, do you think the trailer comes out tomorrow? Face?
Man, I think it's either going to be tomorrow or the Doctor Strange movie. I think that's it. Those are the two options.
Okay. Ozzy, what do you think? Yes or no tomorrow?
I have no idea. Probably, maybe, sure. But again, it'll
no, maybe
it'll,
the
you know
next
what?
one.
When it's here, it'll be here. Right?
All right. Hype, what do you think, man? Tomorrow or no?
I don't know. Tomorrow just seems random. It's, if anything, look, isn't there, like, I don't know in the States, but I know in Canada we have a long weekend coming up, Easter weekend.
Yep.
So Marvel tends to also drop near those holidays. So I don't know, maybe around Easter.
All right. Well, we'll see. Either way, we're close to it, so we'll see.
I also do find it weird that they're on the press tour without this. Like,
Yeah.
isn't that part of the tool? Isn't that a tool for the tour? Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, tell me what you guys think of the movie, and they're like, well, imagine this.
Yeah, right.
You know,
yeah.
like it seems a little odd, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they're just not wanting to give away too much information about
Maybe,
the stuff they're doing in the future. Yeah.
right, yeah.
More time for us to watch Morbius, guys. That's all that means. So, we'll see. I can guarantee you I'm going to do that video of going into the theater and it is not going to be packed. I'm going to be like, guys, I'm in Thor, and I'm going to hear somebody like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, right.
That's what I'm expecting, right? So we'll see. All right. Guys, I'm not sure if you guys even know who this character is. Supposedly this character was in a few movies. I don't know. But anyway.
Who, Hitler?
For those of you, Jesus,
wow.
man, too soon, bro, too soon. It's Easter, dude. It's Easter. Come on.
What does Hitler have to do with Easter? He wasn't involved with. I don't know. I don't know where the correlation between Hitler and Christ came in.
What kind of alternate universe did I get into here? Jesus Christ.
If you guys didn't know, right, and if you're out there saying, you know what, there's no money in comics are dead, no one cares about money. The second I told my wife about this, she goes, can you find some when you do your hunts? And I go, no, this is not a book you find. But yeah, the first ever issue of Captain America, obviously Captain America 1, sold for a record-breaking 3.1 million. That's insane. Why? Well, I'm pretty sure it was a 9.4 or a 9.2. If you think back, though, what happened maybe 2 months ago, AF-15 in a 9.6, right? That sold for 3.6. So should that AF-15 go up then? Because how is that so close to this one? I'm just saying, and no hate to Captain America. I know it took him and a super soldier to beat Iron Man, so like I get it, but like I don't understand the logic here of how, Spider-Man is only 500,000 more than Captain America. I just have a hard time believing that. So, Face, what are your thoughts here, man? And are you surprised at the money value for this book?
I'm actually not surprised at the value that it got. I mean, this is obviously going to be insanely hard to find, to the point where, a copy in 92, 94 or whatever is getting $3.1 million. As far as the comparison to the AF-15, it just depends. I mean, I don't remember what the grade was on that AF-15.
I think it was 9.6, man. I think it was 9.6.
Was it a 9.6?
Yeah.
Then yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see the next AF-15 go even higher. So
yeah. Ozzy, what are your thoughts, man?
I think we're in a state where books like this with ridiculously high grades that are super rare, I think they're just getting gobbled up by investment groups. That's just my opinion. I think this is done for an investment. People are seeing these big blue chip key books being sold at record breaking prices, even when other books have like, not saying crash, but have seen a correction. Books like this have not. They just keep escalating and escalating. So
you can hide money pretty good in books.
It's
like
a good.
this,
It's a good place. It's a good place to park money. Do I think it's worth 3.1 million? Somebody does. So, like, do I think
it's
they're
probably
gonna lose
Jake
money?
Omega Red? Probably this is probably Omega Red.
Do I think they're going to lose money on this? No. So
No.
yeah, do I think it's worth it? For sure. I'm just saying, and some flame me if you want, but you know, these big books, high grade, are super rare. So
yeah,
I don't know. That's just my opinion, and it's just going to keep going up and up and up, and you're going to see these record breaking sales. You are. It's just going to happen. So, anyways, that's just my opinion.
Hype. What are your thoughts, man?
Well, okay. Look, let's.
I know it's like a C-list character, and you might not be familiar with the character.
C-list. Wow.
No shade there, huh?
Yeah, I know. It's like before you can get my point across. No, because okay, so let's break it down. Like when you look at DC, pretty much most, or if not all, their mainstream, heroes and villains are from the Golden Age. Whereas when you look at Marvel, most of the mainstream, like when you look at the original Avengers, X-Men, they're all from the Silver Age. I'm talking mainstream, obviously.
Yeah.
Captain America is one of the few, if like actually, he's the only mainstream Marvel character I could think of in the Golden Age.
Right.
So
I mean, you could make a case for Namor. You want to say he's mainstream.
Oh shoot, yeah, okay. But okay, fine. All right, you got me. You got me.
I got your point.
But you got my point, right? It's very few and far between when you have Marvel mainstream characters in the Golden Age. So for that reason, he's in a class in and of himself. So I'm not surprised that a high grade of this book is selling for that much.
Human Torch too. Sorry.
Is he really?
Well, sort of. It's a different Human Torch.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, there was a Human Torch before Johnny Storm.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I think he was like a robot or an android or something like that.
Okay, so see that kind of goes against my mainstream argument. So I'm talking about characters currently in the landscape right now, like characters that we know. Like obviously we can go down the rabbit hole and we'll find main Golden Age Marvel characters, but I'm just talking about characters like right now in the forefront.
Yeah.
But mostly it'll be Captain America and Namor.
Exactly. So for that reason, it doesn't surprise me that and what was the sale on Action Comics recently that hit records? Was it 1.5 or was it like even higher than that?
That one I can't.
That was like a 0.5 grade, right? I think.
No, that was a 9.2, and it was written all over, but I can't remember the price. But yeah.
I mean, obviously, Action Comics is basically the gold standard in terms of superhero comics. But this, I would say, is right behind it. I mean, actually, well, maybe I'll put Detective Comics, but you got my point. So yeah, to sum it up, I'm just not
for sure.
What's that? Yeah.
It's definitely on the list for sure.
Yeah. So I'm really not surprised because again, a high grade in a book that's from the 40s, you're not gonna find a lot of those.
No.
I just think that this is a really good sign, seeing that even with what's going on in comics and the money, like I do think this is a really good sign, even if it's like some rich dude just hiding money so his wife doesn't get it while he's getting a divorce or something.
I mean, it is a good thing in a sense, but someone also mentioned in chat, one of the things that you're seeing is like investment groups move in and buy up big keys like this too. So, while that's not necessarily a bad thing, I mean,
no, it's not.
It would be better to see it in the hands of actual, comic book fans.
But they're adding value to the whole community.
Yeah, they are. So exactly.
Yeah,
it's still a thing that needs to be looked at, man.
Yeah,
because if investment groups are moving in and buying them, you know there's value there.
Yeah. Can I just say, like, I come from I have a bit of a real estate background, and let's kind of equate this to the housing market. A house sets a record price, right, on a street. What does it do to the rest of the houses on that street, regardless of what those houses look like?
Oh, right? Yeah, they go up. For sure.
It's the same thing that's happening with this. So.
Yep, 100%. All right, guys. So now let's move into the last segment of the night. And we're going to be talking about.
This is why I'm here.
Moon Knight. So yes, the second episode happened last Wednesday. Newbie, you're so good at days. Yes, it happened last Wednesday. The next one is coming out this Wednesday. So we're just going to be talking about it really quickly. If you guys want to recap, well, episode 1 got a 3.5 from me. This episode here is getting a 5.5, which tells me one of two things. This tells me one of two things. One, I have this obsession with putting 0.5 on my rating system. So the next one should be 7.5. That's what I'm hoping for. To be honest, I've had conversations with a lot of people in the community, Vancouver Comic Junkie, Jake, Ryan, BC, you guys, Mel V, Rocksteady, Tim, Brandon. There's a lot of people I've had this conversation with about Moon Knight. And there was and I know I know Vancouver Comic Junkie very well. And I know he was like, well, man, what were you expecting? Like Galactus to show up and then Gambit and then, right. No, I'm not. But do I also think that, as comic people and just the love of the shows and movies, do we expect a little bit more? 100%. Do I understand that they're doing different genres now and they're trying to, build new worlds? 100%. So not every show is going to be liked by everybody because everybody's got a different thing for everything. And I get that. I don't mind the show. I like it. I find it a little bit slow in my sake. I get why it's slow and I get what they're trying to do with like the different, personalities and Steven and Mark now and all that. There's just a lot of time where I'm like, okay, why don't let's go, right? Like I'm like, hey, action, like go, right? Like the conversation,
be the director.
Like the conversation that they had, in episode 2 when they capture Steven and then he comes to that place and he's talking to Ethan Hawke's Arthur character, right? I'm just like, dude, let's go. No, instead it's like,
seriously, that was actually a very compelling. All right, sorry.
And then you continue. And then he's looking, and it's like 20 seconds of him looking, and it's like, all right, what? Like, why isn't anything happening? Like, we could have eliminated 18 seconds here, just like that. WandaVision started off slow for me. I ended up loving that one. Loki had its moments. Hawkeye, I mean, it wasn't like the greatest, but it did great. Now, again, it's just my opinion. That's fine. I'm nobody. But I just do find that this one, we're already going into episode 3, halfway point. Right. So like Wednesday, if by Wednesday, I'm not like what's the word I'm looking for? Not like convinced. Oh my God, this is great. I just think that if I won't like this next episode, I probably won't like the show as a whole. And I might have to do what Ozzy said. Ozzy gave me the advice of like, hey man, why don't you watch the previous episode? I might have to at the end of this, I might still have to watch. Yeah, I might have to just watch this whole series at the end, consecutively. I think that's what's going to have to happen, right? And that's fine. I just find it a little slow, and I think that they could do certain things. But again, let me go back to what I said 3 weeks ago. 1, my Moon Knight knowledge is this: I could tell you 0 about Moon Knight. It's not a character that I have ever invested in, read, liked, cared for. It just hasn't been. And I can't lie about that. I've had people say, well, if you read the book and you knew maybe you would understand it. 100%. I just don't. It's not my thing. I'm giving it a chance. I don't mind the show. Would I put the show as the best show that Marvel's done? No, I wouldn't. And I think that's where people are kind of getting mad at me because there's some people that are like, this is the greatest show ever. And I'm like, no, it's not, so that's kind of where I sit. Face, what are your thoughts, man?
Well, I mean, I'll say that I agree that maybe it's not the best Marvel show so far. There's been a couple other Marvel shows that I've liked more. That being said, as far as everything else, Newbie has said about Moon Knight, everyone is entitled to their opinion, even if it's fucking wrong.
That was funny. All right.
Wait, hold on. What's wrong with ordering chicken tenders and fries?
No, I was just gonna say, I'm like,
student tie.
I went to the keg the other day and I got a hamburger, so I'm just saying.
Yeah, I've actually been loving the Moon Knight show. You're right, it is a lot of character building and setup right now, but I'm enjoying the way that they're doing it with the humor and stuff like that. The interactions between Mark and Steven are fucking great. And Khonshu is actually kind of funny in his own way with the whole the scene with Arthur Harrow basically telling him what he was saying and everything like that.
Yeah.
So it's had its moments that I've really enjoyed. Like you said, it has been a lot of setup, but I feel like we're gonna get some pretty intense last few episodes. So,
Ozzy, what are your thoughts, man?
Some of these comments are awesome. I respect your stance on it. I see you're gradually getting better.
Why are we all cushioning his ego tonight? It's like
I didn't. I just told him he was wrong. What the fuck you mean?
Everybody's entitled to their opinion, right?
Preach.
we're all putting on kids' gloves around Newbie tonight.
I'm not putting on kids' gloves,
but it's okay not to like it though. That's you know what? Let's not cut into
right.
Ozzy. Ozzy, go ahead, man.
That's okay. He's right. Everybody doesn't have to like everything, and it's just like we're at a place where everybody can have their own opinion about something. And I'm not gonna do I agree with you? No, not at all.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
And I don't have to, but we're still friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sort of, but because I got to protect you now. But I think that this again, everything's kind of new for Marvel. Like I know WandaVision, it was only a year ago that we got it.
Yeah.
Like it was only a year ago they started doing this new format of giving us content, right? Yeah. And it's a TV sort of format, right? I know it's streamed on Disney Plus, but it's more of a TV format where they have episodes and it's episodic, and then they can drag it out. And I think that's what maybe you're not enjoying. Is yes, there's character development. They're building this. You have to understand the world of Moon Knight. You have to understand his personas in order to understand the character, because when it goes nuts in a couple episodes forthcoming, you're gonna go back and go, oh, I get it now. It makes connections to all the previous stuff. Guaranteed it's gonna happen.
Yeah, and you know what? You know what's gonna be way funnier is when I start reviewing and rating Miss Marvel.
No.
Like I feel like then everyone would be like, "Oh, Noob, you're so spot on. Oh my god, Noob." It's like, okay, I get it.
I mean, I'm sure if there's an explosion in the first scene, you're gonna 100%.
Love it. But this is the one thing that
you need to get Michael Bay on that shit.
This is something that I talked about with somebody, and you know what? I'll leave this person unnamed because clearly people want to come at me for the rating and that I don't like it and whatever. Okay, so I'll leave this person unnamed. But like I was saying to this person, it's where was my thought going with it? Fuck.
It's like Newbie's the martyr or something.
No, but I was just saying like, like when Miss Marvel comes out, like most, maybe people aren't gonna like it, right? But when I had this conversation with this person, he reminded me, shoot, you guys know it's a guy. Now you guys are gonna go, try to figure out who it is.
That really.
But this person had said, he goes, dude, remember what?
That's like 90%.
Remember what happened with Hawkeye, right? Everybody was like, oh, it's going to be shit, this, that. And he had said, like that kind of was the one that, was around that 6 to 8 range, right? Out of rating for most people. And he said, but what happens? He goes, every show, everyone falls in love with it. And it's crazy to me because this person agreed with me on how all of a sudden everyone's a Moon Knight fan. And I get it. The show's going on. But like, let's not go crazy and like, I've got people who just got onto Moon Knight like 2 weeks ago and are telling me like, no, you're wrong. You don't know anything about Moon Knight. All they know is the fact that these 2 episodes, that's all they fucking know. That's all I'm saying. Again, it's just my opinion. Am I a fan of the show? No. Even better. What's that movie that Leonardo DiCaprio finally won his Oscar in?
The one with the bear.
Yeah, and Tom Hardy, right? I can't remember the name.
Tom Hardy's in it.
Yeah, Tom Hardy's in it. The Revenant. The Revenant. Yeah. That's the one.
Oh, The Revenant.
Yeah. Tom Hardy is in it. He won. Okay. Yeah, he won the Oscar for that finally. Okay. That's a terrible movie for me. I don't like
it. Oh, dude.
Okay, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna defend Newbie on something.
Inception? There's a movie. Inception.
I'm gonna defend Newbie on
Shutter Island. Those are great movies that he should have won something on. Not that one. That one was just a gimme, right? So like, we're all entitled to our opinion. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so
go ahead.
Not so much about Revenant, but I was gonna say there was a DiCaprio movie that I know a lot of people were raving. I actually couldn't get into it. The Aviator, if you guys remember The Aviator.
Yeah.
And so the thing is, to some extent, I do agree. Sometimes just because something is Oscar worthy doesn't mean it's for everyone.
No,
Later.
100%.
All right.
Well,
Oh, the
can I just
Revenant.
say-
Sorry, not
can
the
I-
Revenant. Why the?
Can I also say something? I think like Newbie, I think you like, I'm gonna give it a 5.5. Let's see what they say. Like, I think you just like there's a little bit of that too. Like,
You're right. You just stirring shit up.
yeah,
Oh,
just
yeah,
take that.
You know what?
Like, there's a little bit of that. But
After the first episode, though, like, and I had referenced it, and I even said, you know, Face, even to this day, Face will bring it up. Face will bring up the fact that, what did I say about the first WandaVision? I said it was shit. It was terrible. But so did everybody else. Did it get better? 100%. That was 8 episodes, though. This is only 6. We're getting into the halfway point this week with episode 3. So I'm expecting that, you know, this be the episode that kind of like brings it up. Am I expecting 7 new characters or Galactus to show up? No, I'm not expecting anything. But like, get on with the story. Let's go. Let's like, I need more action. We barely got him in the suit. Like, we got him in the tux thing. I thought that was lame, to be honest with you. Like, I want to see Moon Knight in like the suit. I want to see Mark Spector in the suit. I don't want to see Steven. That's, you know, like, let's go. It seems like we get him in the suit and then it's like, done. It's like, oh, okay. Now he's kicking a fucking mirror. Like, let's fucking go. Let's do something.
yeah, but
So-
why is he kicking that mirror? Like, you need to understand why he's doing these things. He can't
Oh,
just
I
be
understand.
like,
No, I understand that, but like, let's
tell me why he's doing it then.
mental.
Why is he
different
Wait,
personalities.
wait.
There's different personalities.
All right, let me get my take, and then Newbie, you
Okay,
can
sure. Yeah.
you can continue on the soliloquy.
Titanic was a great movie, by the way.
Yeah, a tad
enough.
long, but yeah. I mean, it was a spoiler. We knew what happened at the end. All right. Okay. You compared the first 2 episodes of WandaVision versus the first 2 episodes of Moon Knight, saying yes. With WandaVision, I wouldn't say it was so much as we hated the episode. It was more like a WTF kind of thing, and we were just kind of wondering, like, where the hell is this going? Moon Knight, I found that even though the first episode was a bit jarring with how things were shifting scene to scene, I think, especially if you saw it like multiple times, like at least a second time, the episode was a lot more clear than that first episode of WandaVision. And we had a bit more of a direction of where the show was heading. So, and I have to disagree, man. I think people were a lot more on board on the first episode of Moon Knight than they were on WandaVision.
I think it's because we haven't seen anything close to Moon Knight. Like, we've seen.
No, but the thing is, okay,
already
so
in, like,
here's the
4
thing.
movies, right?
I spoke to some people that aren't into the character Moon Knight, like in the sense that they don't know anything about him, and they told me like the first episode they kind of wish that they got a second episode because to get more context. Once they saw the second episode, it made a lot more sense to them, you know, with the whole, you know, personality disorder and all that. So in a sense, maybe Marvel should have put 1 and 2 together, but as a comic fan, I did appreciate we did get the gap in between, because it's almost like, okay, episode 1, we got a week to let it simmer about, you know, Stephen Grant. And then Mark Spector took a bit more of a forefront in episode 2, even though Stephen Grant was in the first half of that episode.
Yeah.
So I think, look, and I think maybe it's your expectation going into the show, because the thing is, going in, we knew that this was going to be more of a character study show, more so than something that had a lot of big action set piece and all that setup. That's why I appreciated scenes like when he had with Ethan Hawke. I know that you were just dogging on it. I actually like that scene because, you know, you got a bit more of an insight on Arthur Harrow and what his whole devotion is to Amit and his link to Khonshu, which,
Yeah.
you know, how he's connected to Khonshu from the past. So I thought that there was a lot of backstory told in that scene when you go into Arthur's neighborhood. I will agree with BC though. On the first episode, I did say that I had a bit of a hard time adjusting to that fake accent. I started to get used to it. I was fine with that just because Oscar Isaac, like I said, his acting is winning me over. Khonshu's voice though, I will agree. It sounds like he should be narrating like fairy tales of Marvel instead of an actual show. It just sounds too,
Yeah, like a Christmas special.
yeah, it sounds like he should be doing the Christmas Carol. Exactly.
But I think that's done with reason, because you like somebody had mentioned, like there's levity to him. He's like, he's not a serious, like Khonshu's like joking around with him, kind of like he's messing around with him. So it kind of fits in that way. Like if it was just downright evil, it needs to be like,
but the thing is, okay, so here's the thing though. I feel that it kind of the tonality is a bit weird because you have that in one sense, but then you have like the serious structure of how, you know, you have a cult leader that's basically having these people you know, the whole conversation about how, you know, the whole Minority Report thing where, you know, if someone is projected to do something bad, that they're gonna, you know, do away with them. And then the whole question of, okay, what about an innocent kid and all that? So you have those kind of conversation, and then you have Khonshu with his, you know, fairy tale, you know, voice kind of interjecting. It just kind of it does have a bit of a tonal shift, I find. But
I do want to point out too, though, for people that are saying, you know, and again, it's just my opinion. It's okay. We can have these opinions, but I do want to bring up the fact that like a lot of people did shit on Eternals too, right? A lot of people were like, "Oh my god, it's this," but I actually enjoyed Eternals because there was a lot of stuff that they actually like talked about, right? Like they talked about the Thanos snap and they set up everything, the Celestials, and why they couldn't tell, you know, like there was a lot of setting up in that. Yeah. And I enjoyed that though, even though a lot of people didn't. Maybe because I knew a little bit more about the Eternals. Maybe it just goes back or stems back to the fact that maybe I literally know zero of Moon Knight other than like just the basics to get me through the show and right? Like I was never a big Moon Knight fan. Never. Did I have Moon Knight books? Yeah, 100%. But like maybe that's what it is, right? So
but okay, I'm just gonna straight question. From episode 1 to episode 2, do you feel though that at least there was progression made, or do you feel like it was just stagnant for both episodes?
Yes, but here's why. I took Ozzy's advice and I watched episode 1 before I watched episode 2. So I watched
which is probably the best thing.
So it kind of made it like I was kind of like, oh, okay, it's a little bit better, right? Like that's what I did. Now, will I watch 1, 2 going into 3? No. Will I watch 2 to 3? No. I'm just gonna watch 3 and hope for the best. But I am expecting that this episode kind of give us that like holy shit. You know,
I do feel that just given the fact that it looks like they are in Egypt, I think it's going to play into your expectation a bit more in the third episode, where you may get a bit more of that adventure or whatever you're kind of looking for. Because I'm just basing off your commentary how you feel how there was a lot more dialogue, but there was not as much action, right? Or so. Yeah, and the thing is, I think going into the show, I wasn't really...
and the fact of like the build up to the character, like it's just like okay, like not necessarily an origin because I don't need like 100% origin, but like okay, how did he get this suit? Like what's going on? What you know, like why did we start off with Steven and not So I think that by the end of the show, we're gonna understand. Like it's one of those where like you start at 10, but then you end at 1. 1, 2. You kind of figure the whole puzzle out, kind of thing. So.
Can I just say something?
Absolutely.
Chris brought
time's up. Okay, so I'm just kidding. Okay, go ahead.
Chris brought up. Okay, see ya. Thanks, guys. He brought up a really good point, and Chris does a lot of storyboarding.
Yeah.
If they had thrown us right into like Moon Knight kicking shit somewhere, excuse my language, but like just creating havoc and into being his character and everything, and like into it with Arthur Harrow and all that stuff, and then we flash back once in a while to develop where we're there, maybe it would have presented it a little bit better. Like maybe it would have been a little bit more palatable. You know what I mean? I understand it's a little slow for sure. But I am enjoying it. But maybe if they have done it that way and be like, and then they flash back and you're like, oh, that's why, and have those connections. Maybe that would have been, a little bit better.
Okay, so the thing is, the way I look at these shows, especially when something is like 6 episodes, is very condensed. You got to pack a lot of shit in just to make sure that we're getting a lot of meat on the bone on a lot of these episodes. So episode 2, the reason why I liked it so much is because episode 1, they left a lot of, threads dangling in terms of like, Mark Spector only came pretty much at the end. I mean, he was kind of sprinkled in during those mirror scenes, and then we saw him suiting up at the end. Whereas episode 2 really fleshed the character out a bit more. You got, like, just through dialogue, you got the whole origin of, him, how he got the Moon Knight costume, which I think we're gonna get more of an exploration, because they got a little bit of, breadcrumbs thrown in, where in the cab ride he was mentioning how those two people were mentioning how they were in Egypt, and then some archaeology. Oh my gosh, I'm doing a newbie.
Archaeological.
Those people that dig things.
Newbie's been waiting for this moment his whole life.
Those people that dig things. So basically, they got
I've
shot
been
in the back.
waiting for this moment for all my life. Hold on.
All right, you got your moment. So like it wasn't like a case where like this is my origin. It was kind of like through dialogue. It was sprinkled in about how he came to be Moon Knight. But I feel like we're gonna get a bit more of that. A deep dive probably in the later episode. So I just like how, like, I know that you said it was slow, but to me, I felt like they kind of were able to move the story along and do the origin without blatantly doing an origin, if that makes sense.
Listen, I do want to point out one thing because it is coming up in the conversation. There's a lot of Mephisto talk here. I do want to say one thing though. Who the hell is that guy in the gold, and why does he keep going back to him? Why do they keep showing him?
Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing.
To do there.
There's an Easter egg on there.
No, that is an actual thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So. Oh, okay.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm just gonna say, I'm like, okay, what's the way?
I thought Face was gonna interject. No,
go ahead.
So if you look at the credits, that character is credited as being called Crawley. And in the Moon Knight comics, Crawley is a guy that actually gives Moon Knight intel during his mission. So it's almost like a flip the script situation where, in this case, Stephen Grant is basically spilling his guts out to Crawley versus the other way around. So it was just one of those.
We might find out later. Crawley's still giving info to Mark.
Oh, you mean that the golden statue actually is somebody?
Yeah, he could do that later. So. There was that one scene where he actually he
moved
and he looked at him.
Yeah, because he practically
Well, yeah, I know, yeah, but still, like he broke character in order, right? So listen.
Before we go on, Automatic Comics, Mr. Ryan actually just gave a super chat. Make sure you guys go watch Automatic Comics. He does a lot of great content. Friend of the channel. He's always on here. He'll be on here, I think, in like 2-3 weeks, something like that.
What's that super chat say?
You got to read it, man. Dude, the guy gave you $4.99. Make it worth it. $100.
US.
Captain America truly has America's money sign, and I love it. Well, that's not that bad. I don't know what
give the guy a refund for that
money sign is, but yeah, that's pretty good. Hey, Ryan, thank you so much, man. I appreciate the super chat. Again, Ryan, friend of the channel, friend of Newbie. He'll be on the show in 2 to 3 weeks, 3 Tuesdays from now. But make sure you guys go check out Automatic Comics. He's got a lot of goodies that he's unboxing, so make sure you guys go check it out. Plus, he just got some bad news from a CGC video. I just saw it, so make sure you guys go check it out.
Oh, Newbie, I do want to point out a comment from Marvel, hoping we really get French. If you noticed, and there was another Easter egg. When you open the cell phone, there was, you just saw Layla, and then you saw Duchamp. One that says Duchamp, which is referencing Frenchie.
Yeah,
so
that'd be amazing. Yeah,
they do it. They do it on purpose, right? Like there's.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, and we've seen in previous Marvel shows, well, they'll throw these Easter eggs, not necessarily meaning that these characters will show up, but it's sometimes just a fan service. So,
yeah. And listen, guys, I do want to reiterate, I am not expecting Blade and Black Knight and Eternals to show up in this at all. I just think that it should pick up a little bit, or it should have given, like Ozzy said, I think if it would have started with him kicking ass and all this shit, I think it would have been like, oh shit, that's what to expect. Okay, cool. Right. Like, I think I probably would have been better. But again, my Moon Knight, not that great. I'm not the greatest Moon Knight fan. Do I like the character? Sure. I could care less, right? I don't wake up thinking of Moon Knight. I don't go to bed being like, oh my God, Moon Knight. I just don't care that much. It's not.
But the thing is,
a character I would bring up in my top 25.
But I think Marvel has that mindset where by the end of the 6 episodes, I mean, because look, they're not doing the show just for us. Like, I think
no, absolutely,
they have it in mind that they even want and I think that's the whole purpose when they do some of these shows. Like, you're not gonna see like a 6 episode show on like Iron Man because he's already
6
really we're gonna that warrants a close up.
Hey, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
Wow. Twice in one show. It's Newbie's dream night.
Just because I said issue and we're really reaching.
All right.
No,
Go
what
ahead,
I'm saying
go ahead,
is,
go ahead.
like, you're not gonna see like a 6-episode show on, like, let's say Captain America, because he's an established character. Whereas Moon Knight, even though to us he's like a popular comic character, he's still, for the most part, is still one of that almost like a cult following kind of thing. So these 6 episodes, I would think they're catered for even casuals to kind of get a bit more of an insight on the character. So by that finale, you're going to be digging Moon Knight and you're going to want to know more about him, which is why also you see those Easter eggs where they put those QR codes so you could scan them. And in episode 2, in the episode 2 in the storage locker, it was Werewolf by Night issue 33. Yeah.
Can I one more thing? I think we should actually feel a little bit privileged, because I want to go back to what you just said. I don't think we would ever, if situation was different, I don't think we would ever got a standalone Moon Knight movie, just because the character is like so obscure. Mm-hmm. So with everything that has transpired, and we have this new format happening, we'd never get a WandaVision movie. We'd never get all these, but we get Captain America because they're standalone characters, right? So I don't know. I think we should just kind of appreciate this moment that we're in, that we're getting this kind of content, right? And you're right. It's not specifically made for us as collectors. It's made for everybody.
Yeah, and I love it. But again, there's Marvel, and I've said this time and time again. They're creating new worlds, fantasy, right. The Excalibur, the just everything, horror, this, that, So like, things are gonna click, things aren't gonna click. You don't have to like everything. Like I'm gonna remember everything that's said about my ratings for Moon Knight, and I'm gonna give it right back when everybody's giving Miss Marvel 3 out of 10. Like I really will, and I'll be like, "Come on, guys, be nice." Like that's just what I'm gonna say. So
okay, here's it. Look.
Well,
we can't. We're not. But there's a difference though. We're not excusing shitty content. We're just saying that, like, sometimes it's a bit baffling when certain people, not gonna name names, give questionable grades. That's all.
Yeah. Okay.
The other thing too with this series though, is that the acting in it, like especially Oscar Isaac, has been outstanding, and people are definitely taking that into consideration. Nice. He's fucking killing it playing both roles like that. But that's the thing about the series. There's a lot of duality there, and even Ethan Hawke playing Arthur Harrow is really killing it too. I mean, that man has managed to look like the most non-threatening but fucking creepiest motherfucker ever at the same time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's pulling it off. The acting's been really good, and people are definitely taking that into consideration 100%. With the series. So.
And I do want to point out, if you're a Moon Knight fan, like a true Moon Knight fan, not like 2 weeks ago I was a Moon Knight fan. I'm talking like if you've liked this character for like fucking 10 years plus, 20 years plus, you grew up hoping to see your character on the, have his moment. I applaud you. Congratulations. You have your character. That's great. I'm just saying, like, for me, Moon Knight was never really a character I really cared about. Never really collected Moon Knight, and that was it. That's it. So maybe I'm going into it just with like an opinion already. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Am I going to watch it? Absolutely. Am I going to keep giving ratings? Honestly, 100%. Do you have to agree? No, you don't. So
you might as well stick with it at this point.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to stick with it. Yeah. And like Logan said, I can't wait for Newbie to rate She-Hulk, dude. I can't wait to do She-Hulk. I can't wait to do Ms. Marvel or the Marvels, whatever they're doing.
You're phrasing there.
Yeah, I can't wait.
That'll get you jail time.
If Newbie doesn't see She-Hulk drop kicking someone in the first 10 minutes, I think he's already gonna give her like a 4 out of 10.
Hit that like button, fam. One leg equals one prayer. Oh man. All right. Well, with that, guys, we're gonna kick it off. We've been kicking it for a while, so I appreciate everybody tuning in. Before we go, really quickly, Tuesday we're going to be doing our show like normal time, 9:35 p.m. Eastern time, but we're going to be taking back, because like my buddy BC says on the Comic Kingpins, to appreciate where you are, you got to go back. So we are going to look at the last 3 to 4 months of 2022 and the books that were the new releases and where they are right now. So we're going to be taking a look at about 10 to 12 books, I believe it is. Just where they are. Should we have bought more? Should we have sold? What the hell are we doing? Is it firewood? Things like that. That's what we're going to be talking about on Tuesday. So hopefully you guys can join us. It's going to be more of a quarterly review just for the DC people. So I love you. There's one DC book on there. There should be 2, but only 1 made it. Okay, so I apologize. Other than that, yeah, 9:35 p.m. Eastern. 9:35 p.m. Eastern. You'll be in the Newbieverse. Now, I do want to give the spotlight to my guys. So, Face Hyper, which one of you is talking for Comic Kingpins?
Face, you want to take it?
Well, every Monday night you can catch us at 7 o'clock on Previously On, and we're gonna have a big show coming this week. We got the creator of Code 45 joining us, I believe. So,
like the 40, like the drink?
No, 45, bro. It's a fucking comic. Keep up.
No, I think he's thinking of Colt. He's thinking of Colt 45.
Right?
That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah,
we got 40. Billy D joining us.
Yes, Code CODE.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Actually, that book is on FOC, right, Face?
Yeah, that book is on FOC this week. So
cool.
It's one you want to try and check out if you can, especially for our Canadian fans, because apparently it takes place in Montreal, I believe. So.
Oh, really? Cool. Excellent.
So
nice. Also, don't forget that they have a 500 subscriber giveaway. So make sure you guys go tune in, sub, let the people know to make sure that they follow the Comic Kingpins. All right, Ozzy, it's your time to shine, brother. What do you have coming up? I know you have a lot coming up, so let the people know.
Yeah, like I said at the beginning, I'm just getting ready to do my first Whatnot sale. It is a little, it's nerve-wracking trying to get everything together. There's so many things in your head. So it's Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. So if you guys sub me up, find me, just hang out, see some books. Everything starts at $1, so we'll see where it goes. As per usual, Wednesday is with my brother, Actual Dracula. Comic Picks in the 416. And one more thing, the episode with Vancouver Comic Junkie inside the YouTube studio drops the end of this week. So nice. Just editing that. And that was a fun chat. And you guys enjoyed that. So that's what I'm coming out. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Well, that was the show. Keep up with us tomorrow on the Comic Kingpins. I say we because I feel like I'm just like inserting myself, but keep up with the Comic Kingpins tomorrow at 7 p.m.
part of us.
Eastern time. Oh, and then join us back in here in the Newbieverse on Tuesday, 9:35 p.m. Eastern time. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a pleasure hanging out with you this Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you're on the West Coast, if you're on the East Coast, you probably got to work early tomorrow morning, so that sucks. But anyway, I'm out. See you later.
Peace.